What's up everyone? So if you remember a few months ago, I did a review for a lavalier mic that was from Maono. And if you saw that video, you'll remember how much I despise that mic. Now despise might be a little too strong of a word, but the main thing was the mic was not working. There was all sorts of electrical feedback, and just plugging it into the smartphone, which is the main capability of this microphone, it just wasn't registering under my iPhone. So after the review, I told the company, and they actually asked me to send that microphone back to them, and they found out that microphone had some sort of like electrical wiring issue. I think they said it was short-circuited or something. And so my review was actually based off of a faulty microphone, in which I thought that was not fair. And so Maono sent me another microphone so that way I can do a more fair review. And so this is just gonna be a revisit. Let me just clarify that Maono does not sponsor me at all. I am just doing this review as good faith because, well, I really did not give them a fair chance since it was a faulty mic. And second, I have to give Maono some credit for really taking action and care for their product. If you're new to my channel, make sure to hit subscribe and that notification bell if you wanna get more content from me. So, let's go ahead and open this guy up. So here's the box. It's a pretty sleek looking box. You know, here's all the different things you could do with it, and let's slide the product right out. Perfect. Oh, there's a plastic thing here, so, oh, come on, gotta get this guy out. Come on. Don't know why it won't slide out. Maybe I have to just, there we go. So here's the microphone, and as you can see, there's like a bunch of wires and such. So let's just pop everything out and try to keep everything organized. Now this is the condenser mic right here. So here we have the power bank. Not only does it power up the microphone, but it also serves as an adapter. You have this on and off switch here that helps the microphone adapt to either the smartphone or a camera. Here's the bundle of wire, which is very excessive in my opinion. And here's the plug. It actually comes with this adapter for 1/4-inch plugins. If you take it off, you'll notice that the standard 1/8-inch plug-in has the TRRS bands. Also in the box, you have a micro USB cable, which is used to help charge up the power bank. So this is nice. You don't have to go buy those annoying flat batteries. All you have to do is plug it in and put it on a USB outlet. Here we have the manual. No time to read it. Plus it comes with this nice little carrying bag. Now the only things left is the microphone clip. So it's a pretty heavy duty clip. It has a very tough tension, and the way to get it on, you just slip it over this little loop here. And of course it comes with a foam windscreen. All right, so now that we've unboxed this mic, let's go ahead and test it. Right now the Maono mic is plugged into my Tascam, and we're gonna just switch over to raw, unprocessed audio in 3, 2, 1. This is raw audio from the lapel mic. I don't know what it sounds like. I'm gonna make sure to, you know, give a few seconds so that way you hear the room and just what the echo is like or anything, I don't know. So now what I'm gonna do is let's give it a little bit of a noise floor test. So I'm gonna just be quiet for about 5 seconds and we're just gonna hear what it sounds like. Let's go ahead and do a noise floor test in 3, 2, 1. Okay, awkward enough. Now I've been doing a lot of these audio tests, which is ironic since I am more of a camera person, but the more creators I start to work with, the more I realize that not a lot of them do audio processing. So for the sake of time, I'm just gonna skip the processing part because we gotta go to 2 other sources for this microphone. What I'm gonna do is now switch from the Tascam and plug straight into my iPhone and use the voice memo app. All right, so now the Maono mic is plugged directly into my iPhone. Remember, you gotta have this adapter, but that's not the only thing you need to do. Maono mic also requires you to use this little switch on the power supply. Again, I still have problems with this. There's a little on-off switch here. If you switch it on, basically it powers up the mic so that way it can work with a Tascam or your camera, but you have to turn it off if you want to convert it for your iPhone. So I made sure to turn it off so that way it adapts to the iPhone. So this is raw iPhone audio with the Maono. Basically, I'm just using the regular default voice memo app. It's really simple. All you have to do is just hit record, and now you see the waveforms going here. So let's go ahead and do the smartphone noise floor in 3, 2, 1. And that's all the awkwardness right there. So the reason I want to see if the noise floor does anything different is because I want to see how each source affects the microphone and if this power adapter does anything to like change that factor. All right, so now I plug the mic directly into my camera. Again, I don't know if there's gonna be any electrical feedback because of the powering up of this battery pack and if it affects the microphone to the source. So we'll see if it does anything different. But again, this is just the lapel directly into the camera. And by plugging it in like this, it's an easy way to make sure you get good audio in your videos. However, you also run the risk of if something were to happen on your camera, let's say you forget to turn on the audio recording, or for some reason your audio recording function is like not working, then it becomes a problem because you only have one audio source. This is not my ideal setup, but I could understand why someone would want to just plug directly into the camera. So now let's go ahead and test the noise floor directly into the camera, and we're going to switch in 3, 2, 1. All right, there we go. I think that's the last of it. So now that you've heard the microphone indoors, I want to give you guys a little taste of what it sounds like outdoors. I actually took this mic with me on a photo walk. The shoot was not meant to be a Maono mic test, but I felt it was a great way to at least get a sample so that way you can hear what it sounds like on the go. I'll admit I should have done the multiple source test, but for the sake of time, I think you guys will get a sense of what this microphone does outside.
All right. Sync. All right. So I came across this little pamphlet called The Walking Guide for Fremont. This is the infamous statue, or Vladimir Lenin. I don't know why it's here. We're gonna go find out.
So I took a listen to all the audio, and I have to say, the Maono mic definitely sounds a lot better than when I first had it. First, I listened to the audio plugged directly into the Tascam. Unfortunately, there's some kind of like electrical buzz and hiss in the background. Now, I don't know if it's something on my end with the Tascam or if it's something with the microphone, but it's a very prominent sounding hiss. It could just be a factor of the Tascam maybe trying to power up the input or vice versa. So that's something I have to look into, but for the most part, it works. Now listening to the iPhone audio, the plus side is it actually registered and worked. And the audio was not noisy. There was no electrical feedback as far as I can tell. It picks up sound pretty well. And then plugging into the camera, it's really clean and clear. So the fact that the mic sounds crisp and clear when it's plugged directly into the camera versus plugged into the Tascam, it kind of gives me a hint that maybe there's some kind of disconnect with the Tascam and the microphone. Now this is also where it becomes a little odd. I had the microphone plugged into the Tascam and I did not have any electrical feedback at all. So maybe it's just one of those weird flukes. Now again, I'm trying to mainly focus on the audio quality, but as far as the actual physicality of the microphone, I'm still not a fan of the 20-foot wire cable, and I'm not a fan of that power adapter because it's just so bulky. When I took it out with me on my photo walk, it was such a pain in the ass because I had to like find a way to tuck in all like the power adapter and then find a way to tuck in all the excess cabling, and plus on top of that I have my coat on plus my backpack and my other gear that it was just an annoying pain in the ass. So overall, would I recommend this microphone? I would give it a yes, especially if you are on a budget. Now I'm not trying to appeal to all you audiophiles or like people who are hardcore video audio creators, but this is for those of you who have very little skill and understanding of like video production, audio production. Basically, you just need something to get by. The Maono AU-100R would be a great addition to your equipment. That is, if you're okay with the excessive wiring and the bulky power supply, and if you remember to do all the switches and stuff. So if you guys enjoyed my revisit to this microphone, make sure to hit subscribe and that like button. Definitely follow me on Instagram if you want to see more content, and leave a comment below if you would buy this microphone, or let me know what kind of mic you use. So until next video, see ya.